Great. Well, thanks so much for coming out, and thanks especially to the student chapters for whom we're here to celebrate their successes and their trials and tribulations. I'm John Desjardins. I'm chair of the Student Affairs Committee, and we're the ones that gave you all the awards. But you guys did all the work, so we have the easy job. You had the hard job. And we really appreciate you coming out and supporting your fellow students. We're here to give student chapter awards, and the first two will be for Outstanding or Emeritus Student Chapter and Commendable Student Chapter, followed by, starting at 9:30, the Outreach and Mentoring Awards. These are based on you submitting to us what you've been doing, and those are the student chapter reports. And for the most part, those are, it's kind of like bookkeeping. You're basically giving an opportunity to put down on record what you've done over the course of the year and allowing us as a society to know what's going on, I mean, really the outstanding things that are going on at your chapters locally. These are things that you are doing in addition to, that school stuff. Going to classes and all that. And so it's just amazing the stuff that you do, that you complete, and that you want to share with us. It's a great way to keep track of what you're doing. It's an outstanding way as a chapter to log your achievements, to let not just us as a society know what you're doing, but maybe your department chair know what you're doing, because a lot of the stuff that you do, I think, in general, goes unnoticed if you don't toot your own horn. So think of this as a way to let everybody know the great things that you're doing, and just because you don't think it's that exciting, and I went over to this elementary school and we taught somebody about biomedical engineering. If you don't tell anybody, nobody's going to know. And we celebrate that here, and as a society, we know that promotes biomedical engineering at a national level. So using these student chapter reports is a way for you to document what's going on, for you to let your institution know what's going on. Feel free to forward them to your deans, not just us, because the more you do that, the better we are off as a society, and the better you guys are in terms of being able to get funding and more resources and everything like that. So we celebrate that here today as a society, but I encourage you strongly to participate more actively in submission of student chapter reports, not only for recognition here at our society level, but so you can keep track of what's going on, so you can pass that down to the next person who's in charge of your student organization, because they might not know what's going on. And that kind of stuff gets lost if that lineage doesn't get handed down, and that kind of documentation doesn't get handed down. Even something as simple as, who's in my group? So there's a section in that for who's in your chapter, and that kind of stuff. It's just a process of bookkeeping, but it's also a process of celebration. So we really appreciate all the chapters that submitted reports this year. We had 42 chapters submit reports, and we had 6 submit them in the areas of outreach and mentoring. And so we're looking forward to more of those in those particular categories. We had pretty good time this summer evaluating them, reading them over, picking the outstanding ones. And so we had 12 faculty on the committee do that. And, blown away, really, in general. We're like, wow, they're doing this and they're doing all their stuff. So we're really pleased with the outcomes, and we're here today to share some of the most outstanding ones. First up, we have San Jose State University getting the Outstanding Student Chapter Award.
Hello, we're San Jose State Biomedical Engineering Society. My name is Bo Shen. I'm an undergraduate in the BME program, and I was the ex-vice president of events.
I'm Samantha Basil, and I am also an undergrad undergraduate student in the Biomedical Engineering program, and I am this year's current Vice President of Conference.
And I'm Kevin Bensini, a fourth-year undergraduate student, and I'm the current president. Throughout this presentation, we're going to express our strive for excellence. Long story short, we were established in 2008 with a group of 20 graduate students. In 2010, they hosted their first Bay Area Biomedical Device Conference. And since then till now, we've achieved several awards, including this one, the 2014 Outstanding Chapters Award. And this motivates all our students. Now we have over 100 members, graduates and undergraduates, and during that time there's been one key person that's been with us. Since 2008, he's advised us and supported us. I want to recognize and thank Dr. Guna Salvadore. I'd also like to thank the SJSU BME faculty, as well as the College of Engineering associate students, and a big thanks goes out to the BMES Nationals. I'd also like to thank those that supported us along the way. This is an example of our ideal structure, and it's ever evolving, so it changes depending on our executive committee and our officers and their background and time schedule. The highlighted in orange is the previous year executive committee that came out here to talk today. So I was the treasurer last year and I became the president this year. And he was the vice president this year, and vice president last year, and he came out to talk today. This shows continuity between year to year, and every year we have a lot of continuity. Please welcome Bo and Samantha to the.
So let's get to it. So what we want to do is share you guys key advices that we've obtained along our journey from where we were to now where we are now. So our first point is meet your team. Second point, get industry involved. Third, celebrate your success. Fourth, set long-term projects. And 5, explore the frontier. So first off, when we said meet your team, we want you to understand and start knowing your student community. By student community, we mean within your chapter, within your university, and maybe within neighboring universities. And why we emphasize so much on knowing your student community is because if you know your student community, they are your backbone for everything you're going to do. So they're going to be part of your planning, attending, so from events to conferences to industry events. Students are your networking within your chapter, and students everywhere else are also within your networking. And when we come to networking, we in terms of outreaching to other communities as well. So for example, you could meet with other university chapters as well and be able to share ideas, like how can you, as within your chapter, be able to improve. So sharing ideas is something good because they can improve and you can improve as well, and be able to build a better network for the future. And so here are some of our pictures from our actual student community. One of them is our top left is one of our annual end of semester dinners. The picture to the top right is one of the pictures from our open houses we have. And the bottom right is one of our first general meetings we've had. And to the bottom left is our picnic days we had where we play sports. And we really want to emphasize that how diverse our student community is, and going back into knowing your student communities, you need to understand how diverse it is and be able to adapt to it and be able to present yourself for your student chapter and for neighboring ones.
So while it's important to know your student community, we also really suggest getting local industry involved. We've found that industry actually likes being involved in what we do. We've been constantly asked if, hey, do you want to come to our company? Hey, can we come speak to you guys? Plus, we have an industry board that helps us very much with our conference, which we'll be talking about later. They are the ones who are responsible for getting our sponsors and our speakers. And if it wasn't for them, our conference just wouldn't be what it is. We have found that when we go and talk to them, they really, they really appreciate our energy. They like seeing the new up-and-comers, the people who are coming into their industry. It lets them see who is going to be there, plus it kind of gives them a chance to recruit us. I mean, it seems like it's a one-way street. We're going to be the only ones who benefit from talking to industry. They like seeing us and getting kind of first dibs on the people that are coming in. So it's actually resulted in a lot of mentorships as well as internships for our members, which, let's be honest, we're all looking for mentorships and internships. So these are also some pictures from some of the events that we've had. We recently had a couple of speakers come in from Varian, and again, one of them was a recruiter to kind of see if any of us wanted to work with them. The top one is from an industry tour with Hantel, and the one on the left is with BD Biosciences. We went and toured them as well. Again, meeting with industry is huge. The more contacts you make with industry now, the easier it'll be for you to get a job in the future.
So celebrate your success. So we want you to be able to, when you celebrate success, we want you to get noticed and recognized for the things you're doing within your chapter. So for us, for the XCOM, we have our dinners because we want to celebrate what we've done, what we've achieved that semester, and how much we've accomplished. And by showing our success, we're able to put ourselves on spotlight and attract new members and retain current members. And at the same time, maybe empower current members now to be an XCOM for the future. So being able to celebrate it is a great way to keep your lineage of your chapter alive. And at the same time, besides putting the XCOM on the spotlight, having your members themselves put themselves on the spotlight is also a good thing. Because when they put themselves in spotlight, they're able to attract new members as well. Because what I can show you here is our members have been featured on articles within our university and outside as well. So be able to show what you've done and what you've achieved is a good way to attract industry people and even members or student bodies that don't even know we exist. So if we show ourselves, people know we exist and we're here and we're making empowering decisions and making an influence on people.
So one of the ways that we do showcase ourselves is we set long-term projects. One of the main things that we like to do is have these projects because it allows alumni a chance to connect with people that are currently there. I mean, if you work on a project with someone and then you, for example, with our conference, we have a conference every year and there are alumni who come back and they see the volunteers and they go, hey, I was you once. How does it feel? Are you just running around crazy? Are you enjoying this? I'm personally enjoying it. And it's nice to see that this has grown into what it has become. I mean, for people to get to connect over something, you guys have all seen it, haven't you? If you have a project that you're working on with other people, yeah. And we use these projects to measure our growth. I mean, I keep bringing up conference partially because that's what I'm in charge of, but it's been the easiest way to measure how we've been growing. If you look at these pictures, the one on the left, that was our very first conference. That was back in 2010. There's 20 people there. 2014, look at that. That was last year. Those are all the people that volunteered with us. I mean, those are all BMES members, and they all wanted to be part of something. And the alum in the bottom picture, they were all at that conference, and it's a way for them all to bond together. I mean, the conference has been an amazing thing for us. A couple of years ago, we had our first CEO panel, which is a huge hit. We're bringing it back again this year. We had our first diamond sponsor as well, which having a diamond sponsor for any event that's completely student run, I mean, that's just an amazing achievement. That shows again that industry wants to be involved. Industry is interested in us. And we also have poster sessions as well. I mean, you guys have seen all the posters out there. We do something similar. We give people a chance to showcase their research in the Bay Area, which is becoming more and more biomedical savvy. And with this long-term project that we've had, again, alums have come back and they give current members jobs, they give them internships, and it gives us a way to just measure our growth.
And finally explore the frontiers. So we want you guys as engineers to get out of your comfort zone. And what we mean by getting out of comfort zone is doing work that you never thought of trying out to do. So for us, I've never done design work or never learned marketing when I first joined BMES. And when I started, I picked up these skills along the way, being part of committees, being part of the conference, being vice president. You pick up these skills, and they're very important because there's something you'll learn, you'll need to use later on in life and be able to understand it when someone's speaking a little marketing jargon to you. So we also strive that you also try to do projects that you never thought of doing. It's always good to have a list of projects that you think are amazing. And at the same time, we want to reassure you that it's okay not to complete all your projects, because just because you can't finish it doesn't mean someone else in the future can't do it. That's why we want to go back to the fourth point is to set long-term projects. And that's what we want to key in on, connecting these projects with the alum and the future. So I'm going to show. So before, we've actually never played sports before. Let's say that now. And now we're starting to actually play sports and get a little athletic here and try to stay on top of our fitness level. And what you see on the bottom is how our people within our members are helping building websites and be able to do design work. And to our right is people who are in marketing competitions for their devices. So they're a prime example. They don't have a business major that's helping them along the way for this competition. They picked up their own skills in terms of the business world. Because being BMES, you need to know the business savvy to run things at the same time. And being beyond BMES is actually a really good achievement to have. And with these projects, we have old projects that are now being revitalized and re-energized by our current members, current ex-con members right now. So we have our president, Kevin Mancini, right here, vice president of conference, Samantha Basil, and vice president of events on the crowd, Alok Bhatt, secretary, Julia Yang, and back at home, our treasurer, Huang Nguyen.
So one of the projects that the executives are really excited about this year is we do have a Northern California BMES Summit. We are getting together with local BMES chapters. I say local for us is Bay Area and Northern California. So we are really excited about this. If you guys don't do stuff like this, we really encourage you to. It's a good way to meet with other chapters and say, hey, this is what we're doing. Oh, this is what we're doing. And you can kind of trade secrets a little bit. Don't trade too many because we don't want them stealing our projects. But it is, for us, we do a full day of events. Again, the exec officers meet together and trade secrets. Plus, we do things like play sports, get out of our comfort zone a little bit. And then we also are going to be showing them what exactly San Jose has to offer. Especially San Jose State. And again, we encourage all of you guys to do this. It's been a great help for us. And of course, my favorite topic, we are having our 6th annual Bay Area Biomedical Device Conference this year. It is going to be on Tuesday, March 31st. And we are in our brand new Student Union Ballroom. Very excited about this. Gorgeous. Excited that the construction is almost done. It's awesome. The theme of it is the changing landscape of the healthcare industry. So we're going to be talking about things that are the up and coming of biomedical engineering. Don't want to tell you guys any of the topics because I want you guys to come to us for more information. Visit our website. They spend a lot of time on our website. It's very cool. Again, it's going to be a wide variety of projects. We have a lot of speakers coming. The ones that we have confirmed are, I'm so excited about it. I'm jumping up and down right up here. We will be having a poster session for students, like I mentioned before. There's a lot of industry from the Bay Area who comes to this, so it's kind of an untapped market for some of you guys. We get to talk to these industry people all the time, but for people that are coming from out of state, you guys might not have been able to be around some of these people, and so again, it's just a great way for you to get out there. And we are very excited, hopefully, that National BMES will continue their support of us. They've supported us throughout the entire time. And again, we're really looking forward to their support again. And if you want more information about it, if there's any people here with companies that are medical device and interested in sponsoring, please come find me, find Dr. Guna. We will be more than happy to talk to you. If you want more information on it in general, we are going to have our booth from 3 to 5, and it's going to be out there, and any one of these lovely people are going to be working it. We can give you flyers, just talk your ear off about conference. Again, very excited. This is one of the long-term projects that we've talked about, and it's our 6th year doing it. And so, again, we have been just striving to excel. Just to kind of recap it. Even though we've achieved so much and we are thankful for the recognition that National BMES has given us for our achievements, we're always striving to do more. We always want to improve. So we are taking on some new projects this year that we're very excited about, and again, I know I'm saying excited a lot. We are really, really excited. And we're hopeful that these new projects are just going to make more people want to participate in San Jose State BMES and show our communities that we're doing a positive thing and that we're positively impacting them. And if you want to hear more about some of these projects and see again what we've been doing, you can contact any of the exec board that's here, or you can just go to our website and go on there, kind of click around. And if you're really interested, there's a link to our conference on there as well. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't have that kind of enthusiasm tucked into 15 pages of your CDR, but maybe we should do this in more audio fashion or with kind of an interview. Yeah, thank you very much. We'll have you back up on stage after the next presentation for a little panel. So, in addition to being able to come here and present your work, the National Chapter does recognize the student groups that do get these awards. They give you additional travel funding, they give you registration, and complimentary memberships. So there's a little skin in the game there, and it's our way of saying thank you for that. Next up, we have The Ohio State University with the Emeritus Achievement Award.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the introduction. Today, we're going to give you a brief presentation on one of our best practices, which is engineering leaders. Throughout this presentation, we'll go over the traits of a leader, the progression of our leadership positions within our society, our integration of mentorship, and our expectations for all of our leaders. My name is Allison Yard, and I am a 4th year in BME at Ohio State, and I am the president of our chapter. And to my left is Allie Gettler. She is the Vice President of Internal Affairs, and she is also a 4th year. And then Christopher Wasco is Vice President of External Affairs, and he is also a 4th year. Warren Bennis, a distinguished scholar in leadership and business administration, said that leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. And last year, we had officers come to the conference and speak about our mentorship program that is continuously growing. And throughout that talk, they expressed that communication and leadership throughout the years of our major and guidance and unity introduced networking for our members. And these 5 things are what produce our vision into a reality. What we provide for our leaders: we provide opportunity. We give our members many opportunities to get involved with leadership, whether it be through our mentorship program or many other opportunities that Allie will discuss in a few minutes. And then we give them independence. We describe an event that we've had in the past or an event that we are considering having, and we let them run with it. They get to plan it themselves, they get to form their own committees, and they get to pretty much make it their own. And with that independence, we also provide support. If our leaders decide that they are unable to fulfill all of the qualities that they need for their event that they're putting on, they can come to any of our executive board members and just say, I need some help. And we will be happy to give them help. We'd be happy to make sure that they succeed in their position. And with that independence and support, we give them a safe environment to build leadership skills.
All right, guys. I'm going to talk about how this concept of like engineering leaders all started. I'm going to be bringing up the mentorship program a lot because I've been in charge of it for the past 2 years, and I'm really proud of it. We always talk about what we like the best. So basically what happened was in 2012, the then Vice President, Ashley Chu, wanted a way for to connect our department. Usually you have classes with your year, maybe junior and senior year you have classes with other years, but you don't really get to know the other students, and then underclassmen just don't really get involved because they're intimidated, they don't know any of the upperclassmen. So she decided we were gonna have a mentorship program. Unfortunately, she couldn't run the program that year, well, fortunately because she got a co-op. So she actually had an upperclassman and an underclassman start running the program. From that, the officers realized this is a great way to give other members of the society leadership opportunities. They didn't have to be elected in, so they don't have to be prepared for it the year ahead of time, and it just gives them an overseeing view of things. But now it's evolved to having the internal VP, myself, overseeing a team of a junior coordinator who's now just starting this year developing an outreach program, a sophomore coordinator, and then 2 freshman coordinators or leaders. This gives a wide range of ideas and viewpoints, and also gives a face of the program in every classroom. That's one thing we really wanted. We want each of these people to be someone that members can come up to in their classes and say, hey, what's going on tonight? Or hey, can you help me with this? Or I need help with finding an internship. Do you know anyone that's worked here before? And we can be that person for them. And in this way and others, mentors and mentees through the program ultimately become leaders. So what we gain from mentorship. One thing we've noticed is that we need increased involvement with our members. A lot of the members will come to general body meetings, get some free food, maybe talk to us for a little bit, and then not come to anything else. They might come to professional development stuff, but that's pretty much it, right? Everyone in college wants free food, so that's the main thing. Honestly, I do too. I like the free food. But we wanted to increase involvement because you're not going to get leaders from people who just come and do that. They don't know the full benefits of what you can get from our program. So through mentorship, people really get involved, get to know the officers, get to know other students, and start to get a connection to BMES. And then through that connection, you kind of develop a passion for the program and what you're doing, or some aspect of the society. That's what I did. I started as a mentee in the program, in the mentorship program in 2012. The next year I got offered a position as the junior leader, and I actually was in charge of the program. And then last spring I got elected vice president so I could continue running the program. So through that passion is why I want to keep making this program better. And that's what we want in leaders. We want someone with a vision so that they can make it something even better for BMES at Ohio State. And so that's what I'm talking about, the desire to improve. If you have a vision, if you have the passion, you just want to keep getting better and providing more benefits for members, and just that, so then beyond mentorship, we actually are trying to build as many leadership positions as possible. We do have an events chair, which is an elected position. They are an officer. But then they oversee coordinators for our big events. We have a networking night every fall. We host a research conference, OSBMEC, with undergraduate students, graduate students in BME and other majors. That will be in the beginning of spring term this year. We just added a volunteering coordinator who's doing great work in coordinating rides and stuff to get to different volunteering opportunities around the city. And these are all by application and selected by officers. So these students don't have to know the most people in BMES. They don't have to know they want to do this a year ahead of time. They can see it and be like, yes, I want to do that. I'm going to apply. And we can really tell if they want to do it And it's also a great opportunity for freshmen to get involved. Since they're not there the year before, they can't be an officer. This is a way for them to get a head start in all of that.
So what do we look for when we're looking through the applications, looking for different leaders? One of the main things is kind of a previous experience that they've had, either some sort of time management skills or some sort of leadership position where they know how to kind of give their full attention to their leadership position while still staying ahead in school and still keeping up with their studies, other extracurricular activities. We also look at their current commitments. Again, kind of looking at the time management kind of view of things, making sure that they can commit fully to the position that they're assigned or the things that they actually want to do and still stay ahead in their studies and make sure that they still get the good grades that we all kind of look for in college as engineering students. And finally, the motivation for the application of the position. So a lot of times you'll get people who just want to put, I was a leader on my honors resume, and then they don't do anything else after this year, or they continue just kind of go under the radar. But we really look for people who have a passion for the program and a passion for the position that they're going to be assigned. So with those few things, one of the applications that we saw said this: I want to be a person that other mentorship members can come to in order to get information and ask questions from. And right there, that shows us how involved they want to be and how much of a leader they want to be to other people, and kind of be that person that people come to when times of need, and be that person that kind of gives them the right advice and will continue to stay in the program for years to come. So what do we expect after we select them to their position? I've hit it on it once before: time commitment. So time management, again, huge skill when it comes to being a leader, especially one where you're not elected. And we expect you to still do your full duties as that leader that we select you for, while still maintaining your good grades and being involved with your other extracurricular activities. Communication is definitely huge. If we don't know what you're doing and things still get done, it still kind of leaves us in the dark and we don't really know what's happening. And we'd really like full communication. I know Allison probably gets hundreds of emails week by week just of things that are happening, whether she's CC'd on getting t-shirts or just different things that are happening with food for our next meeting. So communication is definitely key for our new leaders. And then involvement. And so that this kind of tradition of emerging leaders continues throughout the Biomedical Engineering Society of, okay, I've seen you as a leader before, and I really like your position, and I see your face year and year and day after day in the different meetings in our different classrooms, so I want to know more about it. And they can come up to you and ask, okay, how do I get involved? I really like what you do, and so I really just want to see what more I can do for the Biomedical Engineering Society. And so with that, these kind of give our different traits to the leaders, how our leaders progress through the different ages throughout the Biomedical Engineering Society at Ohio State, and then our integration of mentorship and how we all kind of became leaders. Even I was like a mentee, kind of like Allison, and kind of worked my way up to being an officer. So finally, we'd like to thank Mark Rugsager, our advisor. We'd like to thank National Biomedical Engineering Society for selecting us for outstanding achievement, and then Dr. Hart and the rest of the BME board at Ohio State.
I did want to point out that in submission of these chapter reports for consideration, that can happen at any time. So if your schedules in your particular university or your transition of leadership occurs, say in December or something, you're welcome to submit these chapter reports whenever. They have to be in by June 1st for consideration, but if you want to do it on a January cycle, that's perfectly fine. I can't double dip, but if there's more stuff that happens over the summer and it gets lost in transition sometimes, sometimes it makes more sense to submit them at a different time. So please consider that. Thank you again for your presentation.
Thank you.